I love making recipes that I can do something that friends will like. It'll feel comfy, but it's not too stressful. This is one of those. We're going to make sweet potatoes au gratin. This is great on game day or especially for a brunch. Maybe you have leftover ham from a holiday. It's going to go along perfectly with it. We're going to use our mandolin to slice the sweet potatoes, and I have a great tip I'm going to show you in a few minutes of what to do with the ends. And we're going to add some aged cheddar cheese and get some cream in there and toast up the breadcrumbs. It's really simple, but it's really delicious, and I think you're going to love this recipe. So stay tuned throughout the hour as I bring you sweet potatoes au gratin today. Okay, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get the milk and the cream heated up, because that's going to be the cooking agent for the sweet potatoes before they go in the oven. So we're going to use about a cup to a cup and a half of whole milk, and then we're going to add a half a pint of heavy cream. Now, to bring up that flavor profile, we're going to use the Autumn Spice Blend from the Spice and Tea Exchange. I love this. I use it all fall and winter time, even in the spring, to be honest, with peaches, but it's got that wonderful blend you can use in savory or sweet cooking. So then we're going to add some salt and pepper, and we're going to bring the temperature up. We want to get this really hot so it can cook the sweet potatoes, but we don't want it to scald. So we'll bring that up. And now, let's talk about the sweet potatoes. So we've peeled them, and we're going to take a mandolin, and this mandolin is what slices it, and you need some muscle, let me tell you. But what you're going to get are these beautiful sweet potato planks. Now, when you cut the sweet potatoes, you're going to have the ends and the small bits. Save those. Chelsea Ferguson from Cutting Loose Salon has taught me this great breakfast recipe of dicing up the sweet potatoes with a little bit of onions and frying that up with chicken sausage in the morning and putting fried eggs on top. So that's perfect, and that's what I'm going to do with these sweet potatoes. So I'm kind of getting a double plan here. Now we're going to take all the sliced sweet potatoes, and you can slice them the day before, and we're going to gently lay them into the cream and the milk, okay? So let's just put that in there. Oh, this is going to be so good. It's pretty decadent, but I think we're worth it, don't you? So then we're going to line our pan, our casserole dish, with a little food spray, and then I just put a little cheddar cheese on the bottom like so. And then after the sweet potatoes cook, I would say for probably about 15 minutes. We want to get them tender, but not too soft, and shake off that water. But it cooks in the cream and the milk. We're going to pour it into the pan. Now, what's great is that you can use things like sliced apples, sauteed leeks in this as well. You could even add bacon. But I just find it's really yummy with the apples and the cheddar cheese. When I come back, let's toast up the panko breadcrumbs and make this sweet potato au gratin delish. Okay, so we have the sweet potatoes that basically started to cook in the milk and the cream. And what happens is the starch from the potato starts to come out, and that acts as a thickener. Now, if you feel that the cream mixture is a little bit too loose, by all means, you can use a well-sifted flour, like a fine, refined flour, just a tablespoon or two, and that will thicken it up. Now, in this pan, I have some of that fresh, delicious butter, and I always use like either a French butter or an Irish butter or grass-fed, because it really makes a difference. And we're toasting up panko breadcrumbs. I love this part. It's going to be so yummy. Now, if you want to think out of the box, add some chopped pecans to this as well. My husband doesn't really like to put the pecans. He doesn't really like nuts in general, so I'm going to leave it out just so I can serve this for dinner tonight. But it is fun to think about the different ways that you can do it. Little salt and pepper on top. I took some of those leeks. Remember, I laid the apples on it, and that is just coming along perfectly. So as the breadcrumbs start to toast, and I'm watching the heat, I've got it pretty close to high, but if you can almost see where it's starting to get brown on the edges, you're going to keep moving it around, because this is going to go in a 350-degree oven once I top this, and it's going to toast some more. So we don't want to get it too brown. So here we go. Let's start adding the breadcrumbs. I'll bring that over so I don't make a mess on this stove, and I did it anyway. And we'll just get these, and you can see how quickly, when it starts hopping, those breadcrumbs are really toasting up. So we can spread that around. Beautiful, we have that part. Now let's add the shredded cheddar. And I'll do a mix of a sharp and a mild because I want a little bit of bite. The mild will go on top. This is going to go in a 350-degree oven for about anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes. And then we're going to serve it just warm and bubbly. It's going to be wonderful. So get ready because I am just about ready to taste something really wonderful. And you can make this ahead and freeze it. I'll be back for a taste in just a few minutes. Well, here we have it out of the oven. Sweet potato au gratin. We have those beautiful buttery toasted panko crumbs, layers of the sweet potatoes and a little bit of apple, and that cooked gently in some hot milk and cream. Those fall autumn flavors of nutmeg and cinnamon and cloves come together with that delicious spice blend and cheddar cheese. I mean, this is just such a yummy dish. A small amount is going to be perfect. It's so good. You can serve it on any game day for brunch, or like I said earlier, it goes great with this, leftover ham, but you're gonna love this recipe. You can freeze the leftovers. You can always add a little scalding milk to chill it up. You can go on mysuncoast.com, click on the dining page and recipes, and we should have that recipe up for you within the next day. I hope you enjoy it. I know I'm gonna stand here and enjoy it.